Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your Shauna. Let's get into this. Hi guys. I hope all is well. Of course y'all know we are going to be resuming to the periodic table, but every now and again we may get, a little disruption in a topic from the creator or have me talk about something. We are going to have the conversation about the spiritual exchanges that occur from pedophilia and molestation, but it's not time to have that conversation yet. Also, I started tutoring. I have a few slots on the weekends. You can pretty much reach out to me anytime before 7. I'm free before 7 on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay? We'll figure that out. We'll figure that part out. But I am tutoring everything up to the collegiate level. Okay? You can reach out to me. But okay, let's get to the topic. Now, this particular topic is like me not projecting because, I try to make sure I make a great distinction between, and I'm a little hoarse. I'm sorry about that, but I make sure that I make the distinction between what the creator is telling me for me and what he's telling me to record, right? This is one of those things that, like I said, I'm not projecting, but I am going to ask you as the creator asks me. How important is your life to you? See, I like to remind people that our lives are not about us. We are connected to so many things. We have people that love us, people that hate us, people that watch us, people that are inspired by us, people that, they're mysterious, they're, perplexed. All these energies, right? They contribute to a greater life force, a greater force field, if you will. Now, initially I was like, okay, I don't want to project because this is kind of like an intimate moment between me and the creator. He's, downloading me out and I'm just taking what it is that he's giving me. But this was one of those jewels that I really knew was just important to put out there. Because again, I don't like to project, and this is an intimate thing. I love my relationship with God and I really do want to protect what it is that we have going, okay? But I'm gonna say this. A lot of those things that have assisted you and allowed you to get closer with the creator can possibly help someone else, right? So for the sake of that, I just wanted to make sure, I asked this question. How important is your life to you? Because your life may be more important to someone else, like more important to them than yourself. Like if you have children, if you have a spouse, if you're like a CEO of a company, a major company, or if it's a small business that people are relying on to get through just for now, if you are a scientist, if you are a doctor, if you specialize in many different things that contribute to the greater good and it's assisting people, your life can sometimes be more valuable to others than yourself. And that's deep. Because it's a testament to how God connects us all to one another. And this just goes back to the statement or just the knowing that the creator loves relationships, right? He makes sure that we have to build relationships. We have to have some sort of humility, if you will, right? You have to understand that there's a really great difference between knowing your journey and knowing what your purpose is. First of all, being on a spiritual journey doesn't necessarily mean that you know your calling or your purpose, or it doesn't mean you're in your calling, right? Being spiritual is just being conscious and having a relationship with the creator or the astral world, and having a great understanding, right, of the unseen and the seen and how it coincides with one another and how it relates to life overall, right? That's to be spiritual. Of course, we know to be religious is to follow a doctrine, to follow a set of guidelines, whatever. To be in your calling would require you to be spiritual. You see how that works? To be, and this is something that I too have to learn, because a lot of the things we decide to engage in, they can take us off of our journey and out of our purpose. Yes, everything is, a great contribution to the spirit, to the development of the character and the maturity of the heart posture, right? But once you become aware of what it is you're supposed to be doing, everything is supposed to be centered around building your relationship with the creator and working towards your soul's purpose. Now, the tricky part is that, one, some people don't have the tenacity and the wherewithal to even figure out what their purpose is, right? Some of us are reincarnated, and our souls have to catch up to a particular time in order for us to jump on our journey. Or some of us have been so disobedient that we have been knocked down a few dimensions, and we have to be reincarnated in order for our souls to mature and graduate to a certain level of ascension. And that may not happen in 1 or 2 or 3 lifetimes, right? So there's different aspects to not just learning, not just understanding, but actually applying this overall concept of understanding your purpose and acting it out. It's not the easiest thing, because this is where the warfare comes in, right? Imagine the sky at nighttime. This is the spirit world. When you are protected, when you are anointed, when you have a calling, when you have a covenant with the creator, King of all kings, Lord of all lords, right? Creator of all things. You are like a ball of light in that darkness. Everything can see you. Everything is going to be attracted to you, because not only are you rare, you're lighting up the space, right? You're causing a new shift in the energy. So what happens is you start getting attacked in the spirit. And sometimes those spiritual attacks, they manifest down in the earth. This is why it's important to say your prayers. Honestly, it's important to speak life. It's important to ask the creator to come in and allow him, right? You have to allow him, but it's important for him to come in and allow him to just do what it is that he does. And you have to be willing to step aside. And a lot of us, we don't really know what that means, right? To get out of our own way, to get out of God's way. I'll tell you what that means in short. Be humble. Be quiet in your spirit. Be still so you can hear the directions more clear. Now, I don't understand I do understand because we're human, but I don't understand why, if God is giving you something like a gift or a calling or an anointing, why you wouldn't, want to work on the craft or, cultivate it or work to understand it or even work to find out what it's for. Why do you even have these spiritual gifts? What are you using them for? Are you just sitting there twiddling your fingers, or are you actively using them to be of service? Because that's what this is about. We're supposed to be here learning about who we are and helping one another and taking care of the planet. That's really it. But yeah, your life is so much more than you. It's so much more than your choices. It's so much more than your dreams and your thoughts, right? Hence the reason why when the Creator gives you gifts and He anoints you, it's for you to be of service to others. It's not really for you. Your gifts are not for you. I'm sorry. Sorry to burst your bubble. And I'm not saying you can't, intercede over yourself and intercede in your own life and pray over yourself and allow that tongue to be the sword that it is. I'm not saying that. I'm saying those gifts were given to you specifically for the generations before and the generations after. To break chains, to form new covenants, to build, to allow the good things that's supposed to be manifesting to actually manifest and see to it that it happens. Of course, it's all in the Creator and what it is that He wants. But again, when He gives you the spiritual insight to understand certain things, He will also provide you with everything else that's required to not only maintain those gifts, but to use them. And we have to, make sure we don't use our gifts for evil. If you're an intercessor, don't have an evil eye and wish bad things on people. If you are a spiritual warrior of any sort, you have to make sure that your energy is protected and it is not wasted on quarreling. You have to remember that everything about you is connected to things you can't even see yet. I had a crazy revelation, and I'm not even going to speak about it. But I understand so much more now why I was guided to do certain things and why I'm attracted to so many things and why the Creator is working with me so hard on being racist, breaking the racist spirit, and why I need to focus on my spiritual gifts and use them. Every day I'm learning more and more why I'm being spiritually attacked. And it makes more and more sense every day. But that's just me. I was gifted with the insight and the understanding. Not everyone understands. And I just got to the level of being able to conceptualize the things people do when they are under possession. Because that's what it is. Jealousy, anger, spite. It's a spirit. Okay? Spiritual possession. But before I go, I just want to ask that question again. How important is your life to you? Because God asked me that. So now I'm going to ask you to ask yourself. I'm never going to separate myself from these conversations on the podcast because I just can't. I do know how to separate what He gives me for me from, everything else. But that was something that I wanted to share, because that's a good way to start building and continue building and maintaining your relationship with the Creator. But I'm going to end it here. I do love y'all. I hope y'all are enjoying y'all summers. I hope y'all drink y'all water, eat y'all fruit and y'all vegetables, and sip y'all tea because it's free. And don't respond to no haters. And don't respond to no fake friends, because that would be moving backwards. Alright, love y'all.